Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from notionhub, and in this video, I'm going to show you the most important tips and tricks for your Poco F5. By the way, I'll also be uploading a dedicated video for the best feature section where I'll be showing you all the features available on this phone. So do check out that video as well. Link will be in the description. With that said, let's look at the most important tips and tricks. First, let's disable all the ads or things that can generate ads or annoying notifications. So to do that, go to settings, select the fingerprint settings option, then authorization. Now disable this toggle. There will be some bloatware applications pre-installed on your phone. Directly delete them, and if you can't, at least disable them. Next, I'm going to show you some system applications which you can't delete, but they will create some kind of ads. For example, you can go to downloads, go to settings menu and disable show recommended content. Next, we have to do the same for security app. Just go to the security app cleaner and disable the toggle. Next, go to music app, settings, advanced settings, then disable. It's not the end. Finally, you can also find it in themes. Go to settings and disable show ads personalized recommendations. Now besides these, there might be some other bloatware that I missed out. So if you find them, do let me know by commenting below this video. Next, we have the famous object eraser feature on this phone, and it works pretty easily. Just open the Photos application, just select the photo, just go to gallery, select the photo, click edit, create, and then erase. In erase, you have more options, like you can do it manually. You can remove objects, remove lines, or remove people. Next, we have the bokeh feature where you can turn normal photos into portrait shots. Using this feature, you can change the amount of background blurriness you want, and you also get all these filters which can further improve your portrait shots or the bokeh shots. Next, we have the famous feature to actually change the sky in the background. This is how it works, and it actually can make your photos look a bit more unique. Next, we have Ultra Battery Saver, which is another unique feature available only on this phone. Let's say you have just about 5% of battery and you want your phone to stay alive for 2 to 3 hours. Then you just enable this Ultra Battery Saver. It'll kill all the applications running in the background, restrict your phone's usage, and give you basic features like calls, SMS, and keep your phone alive for the next 2 to 3 hours. This is an amazing feature that you should definitely use. Next, we have Circle to Search. Now this particular feature is enabled by default. To trigger it, you just need to press and hold on the bottom bar and then just circle to do a search. This is just like Google search, but you can precisely circle the object that you want to search for. Next, I'm going to show you navigation gestures. Now you can enable from these settings, and once you enable it, you can swipe from the bottom of the screen to go home, swipe and hold for recent tabs. You can swipe from the left side or the right side to go back a step. For Google Assistant, you can swipe from the bottom left corner or the bottom right corner. And just like on iOS, you can just swipe left or right on the bottom bar to quickly switch between applications. Next, we can also trigger Google Assistant by just using the power button. You just need to enable this toggle and then press and hold the power button to trigger Google Assistant. Next, I'm going to show you how to enable the dark mode on this phone. So from settings, you can enable the dark mode, and once you enable it, all the system UI elements change to the dark mode. Even stock apps like phone dialer, SMS application even change to the dark mode. Even the Google applications will automatically change to the dark mode. Now this dark mode definitely helps you save some battery, looks much more cooler, and also affects your eyes less at night. From these settings, you can also schedule to automatically turn on and turn off dark mode at a specific time. Next, I'm going to show you how to take pictures using palm gesture. You just need to enable this option and just show the palm to the front-facing camera, and your phone will automatically take a picture. It's not a big feature, but something you might definitely want to try. Next, I'm going to show you how to take screenshots on this phone. By default, on any Android phone, if you want to take a screenshot, you can just press the volume down button and power button both at the same time to take a screenshot. For some reason, if that's a bit difficult for you, on this phone we also have the 3-finger screenshot gesture. Once you enable it, you can just swipe down using 3 fingers to take a screenshot. By the way, we also have a quick shortcut to take a screenshot even in the notification toggles. Next, I'm going to show you how to take a longer screenshot. So to take a longer screenshot, first we need to take a regular screenshot. You can either use the buttons or the gesture. Now once you take a screenshot, you'll see a small pop-up preview. Just tap on scroll to start taking a long screenshot. Next, I'm going to show you how to take partial screenshots. To do that, you just need to place 3 fingers on the screen and hold, and you'll get a preview. From here, you can just drag to select the area that you want to take a screenshot of. Next, I'm going to show you how to use split screen mode on this phone, or to say how to use 2 applications at the same time. For that, first go to the recent apps. Then click and hold on the application that you want to use in the split screen mode. Then select split screen. Now you can select the secondary app from the list below, or else you can go to the home screen and select the secondary app from the app drawer. Next, if you want to change the display sleep time or the display screen on time, you can do that from these settings. Normally you can find it in the display options on other phones, but it's a bit tricky on this phone. Next, if you want to display the memory usage on the recent apps page, you need to enable this particular toggle. And once you do that, every time you go to the recent apps page, you can check out the memory status. Next, if you want to display the battery percentage on the status bar, this is what you need to do. Go to these settings and you can choose between any of these options. I would select percentage outside the icon. Similarly, if you want to display the network usage of your phone on the status bar, just enable this toggle. Once you're done, your phone will display the real-time network usage information on the status bar. Next, I'm going to show you how to change the default applications for regular profiles like the default browser, SMS, and so on. For that, you need to go to the settings and come to this particular page, and from here, you can change your default browser, default SMS application, default email app, and so on. Going on next, if you're someone who's really concerned about privacy about your phone, and if you want to lock few applications on your phone, you can do that on this phone without installing any third-party applications. You can lock applications just like I've shown you in the preview. By the way, you can also have a different password for these locked applications from your phone's password, which is actually a pretty good thing. By the way, we can also use the fingerprint scanner and the face unlock features to unlock the locked applications. For that, we need to enable those options from settings. So guys, these are all the most important tips and tricks that you need to know about your phone. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off. See you in my next video.